In this series of videos, we're going to show you how to keep your bike performing at its best. To kick off, we're going to look at how to clean and lube your bike and why a clean bike is an efficient bike. We've enlisted Andrew from Cycle Surgery to show us what to do and why it matters.
A clean and well lubricated bike works better than a dirty one. If you clean it regularly, it doesn't take long and it gives you a chance to spot any faults before they develop into anything serious. We're going to start by washing off all of the mud and dirt that's on the frame. I'm just using a bucket with warm soapy water here, but if you've got access to one, obviously you can use a hose as long as you don't use it at full pressure. If you use water at high pressure, it can drive out the grease that's built into components when they're assembled in the factory, which will shorten their life. Don't forget to clean the areas where crud accumulates, like behind the bottom bracket down here, or if you've got a bike with caliper brakes, up behind and around the caliper here. If you've got one, you can use a portable bike washer, but be careful to avoid the bearings, such as the bottom bracket bearing here, the wheel bearings, and the headset bearings. You can then use a spray and brush to get into all those nooks and crannies that you couldn't reach before and dislodge any dirt remaining there. So we're looking down around the derailleur, around the brakes and the hubs. It's also important to clean the rims and tyres. When you've finished, rinse off the bike thoroughly, as some cleaning products can damage the finish on the frame or they can leave a residue. You can then use a water displacing spray such as GT85 or WD-40 to drive out any moisture that's lurking. You just want to make sure that it doesn't sit in the pivots and linkages and cause corrosion, which might cause your derailleurs or other components to partially seize or start sticking. For a professional look, finish off with a bike polish. Not only will this make the bike look better, it will keep it looking good for longer as it will repel any dirt. The most important parts of your bike to keep clean are the chain and sprockets. Not only will they work more efficiently, they will last longer as well. If you've got some, it's worth putting gloves on at this stage just to protect your hands. Not only will a clean and properly lubricated chain work more efficiently, it will last longer as well. You can clean the chain and sprockets on the bike, but to get them really clean, it's best if you can take them off. Removing the chain is easiest if you have a master link. SRAM and KMC chains come with master links, or you can fit a KMC master link to a Shimano chain, as has been done here. I'm using master link pliers to remove the link, but these aren't strictly necessary. The best way to deep clean the chain is in a watertight tub with a biodegradable degreaser. Once you've got the lid on, just gently agitate the chain and the degreaser and it will get the chain clean for you. If the grease is particularly stubborn, you can help it on its way with a brush. You can use pretty much anything you've got at home, a whole toothbrush, scrubbing brush. Once you've got the chain clean, just wash off the degreaser in water and hang it out to dry. You can clean the sprockets on the bike, but to do a really good job, it's best if you can take them off. Once you've got the wheel off the bike, remove the quick release skewer and then using a chain whip to hold the sprocket in place, undo the lock ring with a cassette lock ring tool. With the sprockets off, you can use the same degreaser that we used for the chain. Just get them nice and clean. Don't forget to do both sides. The sprockets will only fit onto the free hub body in one way because one of the ridges is narrower than the others. Slide the sprockets onto the free hub body and tighten the lock ring. Once you've got the cassette back on the wheel, you can run a bit of rag between the individual sprockets just to get any bits of dirt that you've missed. When refitting the skewer, make sure that you've got one of these springs on each side of the hub. It should go narrow end in. Before refitting the chain, it's worth just cleaning any points of contact, such as the jockey wheels or the chain ring. I'm just using a bit of GT85 sprayed on a rag. This stops any dirt that's on the jockey wheels being transferred to the chain that you've just cleaned. Once you're finished, thread the chain back over the sprockets and down through the derailleur, and then over the chain ring at the front. Just spin it around so that the master link is on the top run. Hold the back wheel and push the pedal and you can hear it click into place. Apply your favourite chain lube sparingly. I find it's easiest if you just try and drop a drop on each link as you slowly turn it over. Once you've finished, just turn the drivetrain a few times to help it work its way in. It's better to come back and put some more on a second time rather than put too much the first time and risk it going everywhere. If you don't have a master link and you want to clean the chain in situ, you can use a chain scrubber such as this one. You fill it to the line with the same degreaser that we used earlier on the chain, and then you pop the chain in. You want to get the chain down into that brush there and through the foam. Pop the lid on and secure with a clip. Turn the drivetrain slowly. So when you're using this, just try and keep the chain straight, otherwise it can come off the chain ring at the front. You may have to refresh the degreaser a few times to get the chain properly clean. With the bike clean and back up together, just give it a thorough check through, make sure everything's working as it should. And just want to run through the gears, making sure they're engaging properly. Just check around the spoke holes, make sure there's no cracking. You can also check the frame, particularly around the joints, to see if there's any cracking or signs of fatigue. Inspect the tyres for any signs of damage. They may have cuts or small pieces of glass or flint embedded in them. If you can see any of the fabric that forms the carcass of the tyre, it's obviously time to replace it. If your bike is fitted with caliper brakes such as these, just give the brake a squeeze and make sure the pads are hitting the rim evenly and square. Check the pad to make sure it's got plenty of material left and isn't worn out. Many rims have wear indicators to tell you when the rim is worn out and should be replaced. If this mark is no longer visible, it means that the material on the wheel rim is too thin to withstand the pressure of the tyre and it needs to be replaced. If you found this video useful, just hit like and subscribe for more.